Hello there.
I am the king!
What's up, Headless Horde? Sunday night. We're talking Potter. Movie number 7. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And now I know what the Deathly Hallows were because I was paying attention this time when I watched this movie. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I want to really quick before I bring everybody on. I'm gonna do a quick little promo video for my boys over at ICCC. This is the promo that they dropped a couple days ago for the podcast room, which I will be stationed. So I just wanted to just bring this on really quick. I think it'd be fun. He puts a lot of work into these videos. It's pretty short, so I'm gonna play that really quick, and then we're gonna get this thing started. All right, so now I just got to figure out how to get it. So give me one moment, please. All right. Boom. Boom. There it is. It should be up. All right, here we go. So yeah, cool. If you were quick, you would have saw that I was in there with during my interview with Anna Graves. So that was pretty cool. I guess I know he does a lot of work. So shout out to Jim Orman over there at ICCC. Great guy. So I told him I would play that today. So what's going on, chat? We're going to be talking some Deathly Hallows. We're going to bring on my guests here very shortly, and we're going to get this thing rolling. We got a sweet old slideshow here made by Lily of Fire herself. So it's good. All right, so let's see. Let's bring on my co-host. I'm struggling with these darn buttons today. Oh yeah, don't forget to smash that like. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Here we go. Now we're organized. Now I'm organized. Oh, and I forgot the Harry Potter background, bro. What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Is everything working for you? All the things plugged into the right place?
Boom. We're at Hogwarts just like that.
Oh, just like magic.
What's going on, man?
Dude, chilling. I'm absolutely stuffed. I just cooked a home cooked meal for the first time in a long time. Usually I just eat takeouts and stuff, so felt nice to actually be in the kitchen for a little bit and cooking. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I was
sausage and mash.
Yeah, I just got done eating and I was trying to get together my Bo-Katan ship that I never finished last week. And I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's 10 to 7. I should probably go get in the old YouTube room. So I got my pieces all over the floor and I had to cover it so my dogs don't go eat it. But I'm just about done. I probably got about another 5 or 10 minutes left. So, but yeah, dude. So Harry Potter, man. This was a pretty good episode. Or why do I keep saying episode? I'm so used to breaking down, television series. It's a pretty good movie. And this is a movie that I ranked. I went back
6 minutes in, and you've already changed your opinion from last time because this one used to bore the hell out of you.
Dude, I went back to IMDb. I gave it a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Anthony. He's in the chat. Good to see you, Anthony.
Yeah. What's going on, chat? We'll go through the chat here in a second. But yeah,
what did you give it?
So I gave it a 2 out of 10 when I first saw it back in what was that, like 2010 or something like that. Maybe later, I don't even know. But yeah, I remember just hating it. I remember them being in a forest for like 3 hours, and I was wrong on that. They're only in there for about an hour of the movie, but they do bounce back and forth. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. A lot more than I remembered. But again, I kind of said this on Monday. I kind of figured I would, knowing more
of the backstory and having been built and walked through it with everybody. Yeah.
And like I said, watching these all, I mean, we basically watched all these movies in less than a month for the most part. And so all right, let's bring on Lily a fire.
Oh yeah.
She I know she made us this sweet PowerPoint or slideshow.
I checked it out backstage, and she kind of put us to shame.
This Hyper Studio, remember that old stuff? Hyper Studio. I liked Hyper Studio. What's up, Lily?
What's up, guys?
Not much.
I had a major right before I was coming on. I spilled my entire situation here. It would have made the world's greatest blooper, but I'm here.
That's right.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
You got your Hermione wand? Was that the Hermione wand?
No, this is Sirius Black. I do have Hermione's, but this is Sirius Black. Oh, okay. I'm representing Slytherin today.
That's right. We always have to rep Slytherin.
Yes.
What's going on, chat? Really quick here. What's up, Blaze? Who is Harry Potter? He is he's a dwarf, and he throws around axes.
Related to the Daikini tribe.
Oh, he's from the Daikini tribe. Yeah. R.I.P. Willow on Disney Plus. Harry Potter's a short, hairy man that likes flat plants. Oh,
I see that you've all been watching and paying attention. I like it.
Yeah, you guys are ready for the Kahoot. You guys are ready. Can't wait till they talk about G.I. Joe. When do we talk about G.I. Joe, bro? Now you want to talk? We'll talk some Transformers. When do you see the short I drop later this week about Transformers? It's epic.
Okay.
It'll give me some subs, and then it'll leave when they go live. That's the shorts too. Christina Payne, what's going on? How are you? Terry, what did he say? Terry, do you smash the like button? You will damage your phone. Well, I mean,
I don't understand.
Yeah, because I'm wanting to smash it. I mean, I'm not telling you to smash it with a hammer. I mean, just
smash it with your thumb.
Just karate chop it. All right, so I think I got everybody here. So, all right, so Deathly Hallows Part 1. Let's just bring up the amazing PowerPoint. Or whatever.
We're bringing you into this century.
You did very well on it. I checked it out backstage before we came live. You make us look like we've not been doing this for 7 months. Thank you.
All right, there we go. There we go. Close up, Crash Test Dummy.
Just finished watching G.I. Jane, and they're ready for the quiz.
G.I. Jane, you'll be in good shape if you just got done watching that. You know, I never saw that movie. Never saw it.
Yeah,
I don't know. What are you doing to the screen?
Me?
Yes.
Sorry, I won't do that again. Okay.
This is a high quality production over here. I mean, we gotta Terry do He-Man.
All right, get it together.
Dude, we should break down He-Man. That's what we should.
That would be fun.
We should do He-Man the movie watch party. I wonder how many people would show up for that.
I don't even think I'd show up for that, dude.
That movie's pretty bad.
I would show up for that.
The movie, though, like with Dolph Lundgren and all these other characters that weren't even in He-Man, it's so stupid. All right, Deathly Hallows. Time to get serious. We actually get to see Dobby in this episode, which is pretty cool. And I don't know why in this picture right here that is Emma Watson, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why does she look like Kristen Stewart in this picture? Like
Agreed.
I had to take a double take on this. I'm like, wait, why
Agreed.
is Twilight in this?
Yep.
Oh, do you see? I don't see it.
You don't
Yep,
see
I
it?
see Kristen. I do. I see Kristen Stewart's.
Man, I had to take a double take. I'm
Horrible
like, wait, is this
face.
the right kind of a photo? I think so. Well, Kristen Stewart has that, resting bitch face anyway. So,
Okay.
all right. Dumbledore remembered. So yes, at the Monday we talked about how Sirius Black, we killed our favorite professor there at Hogwarts, and so the question here is: did Harry really know who Dumbledore even really was? Because there is a lot of information here that that he did not tell Harry very much about himself, which is pretty interesting actually. There's a lot to go through. So what do you?
Let's rewind. Who killed Dumbledore last week?
Obviously, Snape,
Well,
not Sirius Black.
Yeah, you said Sirius first. I was like,
I know.
hang on a minute.
I know. I caught myself. I was just going to let it roll. It was Snape. You're right. I did say the wrong thing. Yeah.
Cool. Did
And
Harry
let's
really
not
know Dumbledore?
forget-
Not really.
Draco disarmed him.
He did.
That is important.
And I have a question, but I think this is more on the last movie, so it might have to be held for tomorrow because I have an issue with this. But I think that's for tomorrow's live because we don't. Yeah, that's in the last movie. The chat wants us to do He-Man. Do you see these comments?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much He-Man. I mean, that's true. Prince Adam. They love it.
I want to click buttons backstage, but I'm going to remain professional and not do it.
I'll invite everyone to the He-Man review. So there you go. All right, sorry. All right, so tell us something about Dumbledore that Harry didn't know, Lily. I'll put you on the spot.
Well, I think he's just trying to figure out here if Dumbledore was being truthful with him, because as he starts learning things and he sees memories from other people, he's getting confused. Like Dumbledore's relationship with Snape, the fact that Dumbledore had a brother and a sister, and they never told Harry about these things, especially the fact that, I don't want to give too much away because I don't know when you learn this. When we learn about his sister? Now in this one or this next one?
Yeah, that's the hard thing. I watch these movies back to back, and I'm kind of like a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's the next one.
Okay, so he learned
okay.
something
That's
about,
all right.
Dumbledore does something. He takes part in the death of his sister, and so Dumbledore's not there to explain himself, and so Harry has a lot of questions, and he's really doubting, like, oh my God, the person I trusted more than anyone, was that the wrong thing to do? Have I been duped?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, I'm mixing them too because I think there's something I want to say, but I'm pretty sure it's for tomorrow about the snitch. Right? That's tomorrow.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's tomorrow. That when Anyways, yeah. I mean, I left this movie not really liking Dumbledore too much anymore. Again, I think there's even more in the final movie that actually answers this question even better. Did you make this before or after you saw both?
I made this after I saw the first one.
Okay, so
I started watching the second one and then I stopped because I knew I was going to get confused. So then I went back and made this.
okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched the second one yet. I can't watch both of them and then come and talk about the first one. They'll just get muddled up in my head.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as I was reviewing the book online, like a summary of it, and the movie obviously takes liberties for movie making, and so not everything goes in the order of the book in the movies perfectly to make it all work. And so that threw me off a little bit too. I was like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll answer a little more about this tomorrow. I think tomorrow you get a lot more information there. All right, so then the order is ready, and it's funny because there's one guy that I don't even see in this picture that me and Ryan were just talking about backstage, and I didn't even realize he died. He's not in there, is he? Ryan.
Who?
Moody's not even in that picture.
Yeah, because he died.
Yeah, he dies off screen, which I hated because I didn't even realize.
I know.
I didn't even realize he died. You know,
they do tell you. I think I mentioned backstage. They do say that they got Mad Eye too when they're talking about Fred getting hit.
Yeah,
is it Fred or George? One of the two of them get hit.
See, and it's funny. I thought it was the other guy, and then he ended up showing up again. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he was dead. So that's Lily. I actually messaged you about that, and you didn't correct me because I wasn't sure. I thought it was the short guy, and I didn't realize those. Again, the names were very, very similar. I think.
And I don't know what short guy you were talking about, but all these Harrys, I thought that was super funny. But why didn't they just make Harry someone else? Would that have been easier? And because then, if all these people are Harrys, then all these people could have got killed.
True. Well, do they? But didn't they do it because they know when Harry uses the magic or something? Didn't they have to do something with that? I don't know.
Well, they drank polyjuice potion, but I don't think that, like Hermione, for example, she looks like Harry, but I don't think that anything inside her would draw Voldemort or his people to her because she's really Hermione.
Well,
I don't know. I think that's a little flaw in the magic.
Yeah, I can see that. I would have also thought maybe if they were somebody else and they weren't Harry, then they wouldn't have been chasing out Dumbledore, and his people wouldn't have been, not Dumbledore, Voldemort wouldn't have been chasing them. But I don't know. I get your point that they could just change into anyone.
See, I thought the whole point of them changing a bunch of Harrys was because it's not like they were going to be able to see them all the time, and some of them were like Hagrid took him in the motorcycle with the the little sidecar, and then a lot of them took brooms. I don't know. I thought I was assuming that they did that because of his essence, or because when he performed magic, that's how they were able to trail him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'll defer to you guys on that one though, but
no, I
the
think
ministry
they were just
knew
trying
it was Harry
to
because
throw them off.
he did magic in the area.
Yeah, but they were just trying to go, well, if they think this is Harry, at least some of them will go that way to chase him. So not everybody's chasing the real Harry. So it'll be less destructive to the real Harry, but it would also kill all those other people possibly. But if he was dressed as somebody else in Polyjuice Potion that they didn't care about, they wouldn't have followed him in the first place.
Right.
Just saying.
Well, really, it didn't really matter, did it? Because Hagrid gave him away anyway.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is too, like, I mean, you're right, because Moody dies, and Hagrid dies, which stinks. The owl, like, that was weird. I'm like, why you gotta kill the owl? Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna bring that back up to you when we lose a bloody elf, right? And I'll be asking you why you care more about an owl than an elf.
Dude, I do care more about.
Because he likes animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes animals more than people.
I do. I don't know. I thought it's just kind of strange. And then what's his face? I don't even know if we have it on here.
So I was going to put you to the test, Headless. Can you name everyone for me from left to right?
Oh, geez. All right. I will do my best.
I think you can. I think you can.
I think you get stuck at the last 4, but we'll go for it.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter which one's Fred and which one's George.
Yeah, and I really don't know. I know the other guys are his cousin, but I don't know his name. But anyways, we have we have Dumbledore, we have Hagrid, we have Hermione, we have
Hagrid.
Sirius, Hagrid. What did I say? Hagrid. I always put, dude. One time I was talking about those guys. I was putting Hagrid and Hedwig together and making words. I don't know. And then we have Sirius, and we have Ron, we have Harry, we have Snape, and then we have what's her face, the one I'm getting popped, so I'm getting signed. Tonks. The bottom is that, dude. I know she's from The Faculty, that movie, The Faculty. I know that. Yeah, I think so. I think she's one of the teachers.
That's Ron's mom, Mrs. Weasley.
Julie Walters.
Yeah, and then above is the dad, right?
No, that's Mr.
No,
that's Remus Lupin.
That's Remus. Okay, Lupin. Yeah, and then then you have the twins. So who's the two? I don't know who the top middle next to George is, or Fred, whoever. I don't know who that is.
So first of all, go back.
Why,
So next
why,
to Lupin,
why would his dad not be on here?
he is. So go back to next to Lupin is Fred or George, and
Right.
then it's Mr. Weasley, and
That's
then it's
Mr. Weasley.
Bill Weasley, and then it's Fred or George.
Right. So Bill is the cousin, right? That was getting married.
Isn't he the
Bill.
oldest brother? Or is that
Yeah.
Charlie?
No,
Who's Charlie?
Charlie's also a Weasley. But
Wait, isn't
no,
this
Bill's
dude-
older than Charlie.
I thought this dude came in. He was like getting married or something.
He is, but he's just their brother. That's Bill.
That is the.
And
he's
he
just
marries Fleur.
Who is it?
Mhm.
Who does he marry?
Bill Weasley. He marries Fleur Delacour from Goblet of Fire.
Oh, the Quidditch player.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. See, that's part of the problem, is that these characters in these movies for like seconds, and like I don't know. I did not put that together. So
No,
there you go.
Fleur
That's all we're doing.
Delacour was in the Goblet of Fire. She went into the race.
Right. Yeah. I just had no idea that she was marrying him. And I didn't realize that was even the same brother. Maybe because his hair was so long in this, but okay. So that makes sense. So it's their other brother. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the Weasley.
So yeah, I mean, so I didn't do terrible.
No, you
I
did
got
good.
I got the two mixed up, and I wasn't sure about his name.
And you missed Fawkes as well, but yeah, it's not part of the order. It's just
Oh yeah,
little fella.
Fox. Yeah.
Who did I miss?
Fawkes the Phoenix.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a name.
Oh goodness
his name?
gracious.
Fawkes.
Fox.
Fawkes.
Fox.
Mhm.
Fox. All right.
Turn your captions on when you watch these movies.
I seriously, I know, I need to. All right. Well, okay. Well, that's good, because we were about to talk about this. So here are some people that die. Well, wait, the dude to the left.
Well-
That's what's his face? The wine guy, right?
Ollivander.
Ollivander.
John
So
Hurt.
yeah. So the fire. Wait, doesn't the fire in the house? Doesn't that happen in Order of Phoenix?
No, doesn't it happen here?
Yeah, it happens here.
This is at the wedding.
Voldemort chases them all to here. They
Yeah.
all escape
Oh, this is
to
at the
here.
wedding. Okay.
From
You're
the
right.
wedding, because it's a Weasley wedding.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah,
And so Fred or George gets hurt, and then Moody dies, and Ollivander, he's here because he gets captured by Voldemort, which isn't clearly on screen, I don't think, but in the books, you know that he's taken by Voldemort and tortured to find out about the Elder Wand.
Oh, really? So I didn't know that either.
Yeah. And so that's how
Yeah,
he
and it's Fred
understands
who
that
dies.
the Elder Wand is part of the Master of Death.
Okay. And you said this is Fred right here?
Yeah, it's Fred who dies. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't die though here.
I just say Fred or George.
Okay.
He doesn't die here though. He heals
Well,
up.
this scene, it's Fred.
Okay.
He dies later.
Spoiler
He gets
alert.
maimed, but then he doesn't make it.
So so we're sure. So the same one that got hurt dies too.
Mhm.
Eventually. I mean, that's also off screen.
Yes.
We don't even see it. It's so stupid. Okay. I don't know why they can't, like, is it because it's a kid's book? Is that why they're just not killing people on screen?
Wait a second, though.
Like, even
we do see him die, because we see him die and the whole family comes around him and they're like, no, we do see him die. This might be part 2.
Right, but we don't see it. We just see him laying there.
Well, yeah.
Dead. But
Yeah.
we don't see like what happens. Same thing with Tonks. Well, God, now we're getting into spoilers for the second movie, but
you're right. It is a kid's book, so it can't be too violent. Don't go all Game of Thrones here.
Yeah, I know, Doc. That's what I'm saying, bro. All right. So it's only been out for 13 years.
Would have been good
wanted
though,
all
if
dark
someone
and
got beheaded.
twisty.
Well, we kind of got her beheaded, but yeah.
I do,
Not-
dude.
not
I
the
need
character that we wanted to.
this to be at least rated R for HBO.
Oh my
It's
God.
not gonna be.
Well, then I need to I'll contact HBO. I'll take care of it.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah.
While you're there, ask them to bring House of the Dragon forward a little bit. I'm sick of waiting.
I know, right? Yeah.
All right, keep it moving.
Just keep it moving. All right. So now we're on the quest for Horcruxes. So I think I got it. For these, I was a little bit confused. Again, this is more for tomorrow though. Like it's hard though. It is hard watching both these movies back to back and then trying to keep one straight to the other. You know.
Yeah.
So so we saw them. Harry destroyed the Diary of Tom Riddle, correct? Or no? Yes. That's the first one, right?
Yep.
Is it Tom Riddle's diary?
Yes.
Okay, so we see that in, like, I don't know, I think it was Order of the Phoenix. Is either that or Goblet. It's one of the two. And then the ring is from his mother.
Baltimore's mother's ring. Yep.
Right, Baltimore's mother. And so I guess you told me that we see Dumbledore destroy it.
Dumbledore explains that he destroyed it, and he explains that his hand is all cursed because of having to destroy it.
Okay, so that's okay. So we don't really see it on screen, but we find out he does because his hand turns out gray, and we learn more about that in the last movie as well, which I totally forgot about. You know, so that was like I was like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool. So even though I've seen the last movie like 3 times, I've not seen them. I haven't seen him in since it came out. And then the Horcrux that we're kind of been chasing since the last or since the Half-Blood Prince is the one that it's like the charm or whatever.
Salazar Slytherin's locket.
Right. So it's the original, or what do they call it? The original Wizard of Slytherin or
yes,
yeah,
he's the one that the
there
house
was 4
is named
founders,
for.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
And
so
they
we're trying
can't
to
figure out how to kill this one. They cannot destroy it no matter what they do. And so they're getting really frustrated about how you destroy this one.
Correct.
And this is where they start learning that the things that Dumbledore left them has to do with this.
Yep. So after the wedding and all that, they kind of go. This is what they're trying. Most of this movie is probably about trying to get to this thing, and trying to figure out how to destroy it. So, explain to me really quick then. So is it Hermione's the one who brings them to the forest and all that?
Yes, they
like how does
it
she
apparate,
have the ability?
apparate or disapparate, Ryan? What's the word? Apparate or disapparate?
Disapparate.
Disapparate. They go back and forth between places, and this is like a hiding place for them, so that nobody knows where they are, and they're like.
So how does she have the power to do this? Because we don't ever see her.
She's a wizard, Terry.
And she's the smartest one that we've ever come across. Really, she's always been on top of the game with her spells and stories and all sorts. So.
Okay. Okay. I'm just making sure. It's just like I didn't miss something. All of a sudden we're warping, and I'm like, wait, when is she
magical?
All right, that's fine. All right, it's just magical. What's up, Kenneth? What's going on, Umpty? I didn't say hi to Umpty either. All right, so they're in this magical forest, and they put some protection spell over them, and and I don't know,
Mhm.
and then what? And then what happens?
Yep, all that.
All that, and then basically, I mean, I feel like I'm skipping that in a movie by saying this. I mean, I feel like we've skipped a lot. No.
No. What are you about to say?
Well, I'm about to say the whole Patronus part. I feel like that's
No,
the end of
because
the
this.
movie.
Well, it doesn't matter. There's no spoilers. Anybody who's watching either has had many, many years to
Ample enough
watch Harry
time to
Potter.
watch,
Okay.
All right.
So he thinks he's in the woods at a desperate moment here, and he thinks he sees his Patronus because his Patronus is a stag, and which looks like a deer. But it's not. It's a doe, and a doe doesn't have antlers. Who wants to take it
just
from
a
there?
female version. It's the female version of that, and he obviously thinks that it's his father, so he's chasing it, and that then comes across where he needs to go to find this locket because it's calling to him, isn't he?
Yes,
And
but his
doesn't
mother, not his father, because his mother, when he realizes it's a doe, his mother's Patronus was a doe.
Yeah, correct.
But
correct.
in the next movie, we find out that somebody else's Patronus is a doe, and it wasn't his mother who sent him this. That's what Terry doesn't want to say. But
Right.
that's all we need to know for now.
Okay. All right. So this Patronus leads him to the magical lake that, for some reason, the Sword of Gryffindor is now underneath. But we do find out why it's there in the in the next movie. But we have, the sword just happens to be there, and the Patronus helps Harry find it, and basically, and I think what we skipped around a little bit though, because I know at one point Ron leaves, and we kind of skipped through that. Ron leaves the group, and so I guess
because he's a sissy.
Well,
I was going to ask you guys about this. What do you think about this? Because I hate the fact that they make Ron moody all the way through this movie. It's not the Horcrux wouldn't make him be like that all the way through it. They make you in this movie want Harry and Hermione to be together so much, and you'll probably see why my score is lower for that. It's for that reason, because they really do push it so hard for Harry and Hermione in this movie, and it's nowhere to be seen in the book at all. Like, I don't get it. And like the fist fight in the tent with Harry and Ron, that never happened in the books. In the books, they just pull the wands out, and it's like, come on,
I think it's disappointing too. It's like it's unnecessary to do, because even though I would have preferred, if I had to pick between the two, I would have preferred Hermione with Harry than Ron. They've already established that Ron and Hermione like each other, and so because their threesome of friendship is so strong, it was unnecessary to try to make us think that something was going the other way with those two. Like, why? Like, because it doesn't happen, and so like it's not necessary.
I agree. Yeah, it completely took it out of the realm of Harry Potter for me. It wasn't what I was expecting for these scenes at all.
I didn't want Ron to ever come back. Like, it's just so funny watching this entire thing, and why in the world is Ginny and Harry ever get together? Like, they hardly have any screen time together in this entire franchise. It's really strange for me. Like, I think Harry and Luna have more screen time together than him and Ginny. It's just weird.
Yes.
Because
JK does not understand relationships. She just doesn't, because she pairs everybody up wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, in the real world, Ron and Hermione are not getting together. So, anyways, but yeah. So, in Ryan, you mentioned it. Every time they have this Horcrux around their neck, it's like it feeds on like all their negative, like connotations, and just they make them mean. Like, and so that's why you can see them passing it throughout the entire movie. They're passing it back and forth when it gets too much. And and that's one of the reasons why Ron leaves, because he does take it off and leaves. But that ends up coming into play because after, let's see. So after Harry finds the
sword.
He finds the sword, then something happened. I can't even remember what happens now, but I know Ron comes to the rescue. I honestly can't even remember now what happens.
Didn't they use it to destroy the locket?
Yeah, but doesn't Ron come and save Harry or something?
Because even though all of his weaknesses were coming out of that Horcrux from wearing it, he persevered through that, and he's the one that overcomes it because of friendship. the loyalty, the love, and the friendship are what overpowers that for him to be able to come to his rescue. Because that's JK's whole thing is love and friendship and loyalty over badness.
I'm just trying to think, like, what is he being rescued from? Well, where did Ron have to rescue Harry from?
Well, when he was drawn to that lake, he was going to be wasn't he going to be drowned by something? Wasn't something happening
was
in
drowned.
that lake?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was under the ice, right? And he was drowning and he couldn't get back out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, worst nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just watched Yellow Jackets episode 8 today, and exact same scene happened in that, and I'm like, wait, am I thinking Harry Potter? I know, dude, it's so good. I hope you're caught up with that. It is so good. Yellow Jackets. You guys need to watch Yellow Jackets. We should have broke that down, but all right. So are we done with the Horcruxes at this point? Because I mean, really, we don't see any more until the next movie. Okay.
Well, we've got 3 more to find, haven't we?
Yeah. So they end up destroying it. They use the sword and they end up destroying I think Ron did, right? Destroy the Horcrux. Because
there's a whole kind of half semi-naked scene with Harry and Hermione. I fast forward past that part every point. I can't watch it. And then he kind of breaks it, doesn't he, with the sword? Yeah,
and he tells Ron that he's got to like prepare and do it right at the right moment or something. And so anyways, they end up destroying it. Now we do. Was it RAB, right? Is that the initials? And we find out
that's not RAB.
That's not him though.
No. I'm saying we find out the RAB is it was what's his face?
Regulus
Remus
Black.
Or not Remus. Regulus Black.
Yeah, so it's Sirius's brother, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. All right, and then we have Rufus here. Who I don't even remember. Is he like the new? He's like the new fudge
minister
guy
of magic.
Yeah, he's a new minister. Like, because we get a new one every movie for some reason.
This one actually dies within this movie, doesn't he? He literally, you see him at the very beginning, and then you have the whispers at the wedding. The minister of magic is dead, and then they all separate. So I'm sure he literally dies in the same movie that he's introduced in.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I just like his accent. He's Welsh. I just love the accent he has. Dumbledore left you the sword of Gryffindor. To you, Ron, he leaves you the Illuminator. I just love his accent.
Yeah. And so these are the things that Dumbledore left to them in his will. And at first they're like, what the heck is this, man? This is what he left me. And then it was when they were on the quest for Horcruxes that they find out how these things actually become useful to them. And soon that book of magical fairy tales or whatever it is that he gives to Hermione becomes very important to learn about the Elder Wand and the Resurrection Stone and what's the third one? The Invisibility Cloak.
Yeah. So the snitches left the Harry. This like is it like it? So it kind of gathers the light or something.
Yeah, it's the Deluminator.
Illuminator. Okay.
So you see Dumbledore using it in the very first scene of Harry Potter when he takes the lights off the streets.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that's given to Ron, and then the sword is actually given to who then? Or it wasn't really given to anybody because it was just.
It can't be given. It can't be given because it's owned by the Ministry and it's owned by the Magical Department of Artifacts.
Okay.
So it can't technically be given, but it can show itself to any worthy Gryffindor.
Okay. Okay.
Which will come back again later.
So I'm not sure what the next slide is. So we kind of talked about the wedding a little bit. I mean, I don't know. What
and the fact that she's a squib. No, I think we talked about what a squib was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually the old lady that was walking with Harry in the previous movie.
She's the one who
before they flew off. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who was kind of walking on the street. I live like right over by her, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
So
we see the wedding.
The Weasley wedding was where it all blew up.
So that's Bill, you said, and that's the older brother, the oldest brother.
Yeah, and Fleur Delacour, and we already kind of talked about this a little bit. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just had to put I had to put a picture of my love, Gary Oldman here, Sirius Black, and then the Black family tree, which was on the wall of number 12 Grimald Place, where we see Creature again, and we see Mundungus, who was kind of a traitor.
So
And
Mundungus,
so they come
that's
back
the
into
one. See, that's the guy I thought was actually killed, not Moody. And then when we see him later on, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he died. That's
yeah, he was a traitor.
That's right.
Yeah, they explain in that scene when they land in the burrows that Mundungus disapparated when at the first sight of Voldemort, and that gave away Harry's position as well. So yeah, he saw Voldemort and panicked and just disapparated out of there, and that then in tail also got Moody killed because he wasn't there to help.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
he's just a slime ball. He's basically he's like Wormtail, but in other form to me.
So, like, how was he even in with the Order of Phoenix? Like I don't think we ever see him in our movie, do we? Is he in it in the other movies? I don't remember seeing his character.
I can't remember if he was in the last one. I feel like he was for like a scene or something, or they at least mentioned him. They said his name, Mundungus.
Okay, because I barely remember this dude. And then there's our boy Creature.
Yeah. And they kind of explained a bit more about why Creature is so down and stuff. He was forced to do the stuff of RAB, and he went to the cave and tried to get the Horcrux, and was attacked by all those Inferi and all that stuff. But he did what he was asked to do by RAB, so he just returned home, and that's why he wasn't killed in that scene with when RAB was.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a miserable house elf.
Yeah, and we're kind of jumping all over the place because this is earlier. This is like almost the beginning of the movie. But this is a fun scene because this is when they take more of the polymorph?
Polyjuice potion.
Polyjuice. Okay, polyjuice potion, and they turn themselves looking like three of the people that's part of the Ministry of Magic. Well, the one isn't the guy on the far right. Who's the guy on the far right?
Well, there are three people. They're just three people at the Ministry of Magic. We don't know these people from anybody, but it ends up that they play more of a part of the ministry than either of these three had predicted. Yeah. And so they're like, oh gosh. And so then we have Umbridge there, and that statue is Muggles, which is kind of a sad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Mathilda Hopkirk, Reg Catamol, and Albert Runcorn. But Albert being in the middle, that was who Harry was. I know that in the book, Albert was supposedly supposed to be like 8 feet tall and had real dark hair and stuff. And obviously, it didn't work for the making the movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was probably the only noticeable difference I could find from when they infiltrate the Ministry. The other two, the female and Ron, I think they were cast fantastically.
Yeah, and this is when they're trying to steal the Horcrux because it's actually on Umbridge's neck, and that's the reason. Yeah, so like I said, we went a little bit out of order, but so this is how they end up getting it.
So how do you feel about bumping into Umbridge in this episode or this movie, and she seems to have just gotten away with what she did at Hogwarts? She was run away by those centaurs, not a sign of anything on her that she was harmed or anything. She just now happens to be back. I don't know. I was a bit disappointed by that.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, unless I just let her go, but like, when why take her away? I don't know.
Because isn't it like the government? Like that's just like our government, anyways. Where
I get your point.
These people in power get away with everything, and they try to make rules for people they know nothing about, and so it's pretty representative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did everybody catch the small Easter egg as well when you watched this movie? Did you catch Mad-Eye Moody's eye on Umbridge's door, on her office door?
Oh, no.
Yeah, the eye that's moving around, that's Mad-Eye Moody's eye.
Oh, my God.
And Harry steals that in the book, and he doesn't steal it in the movie. And that's how they find him in the Ministry in the book, because he steals it. And they find out that Harry steals it, and that's how they find out he's in the Ministry.
Oh.
I did not remember that. I did not notice that.
Because later on he goes into the woods and gives he gives Mad Eye Moody a proper burial by burying his eye under a tree.
That's right.
Interesting that I wonder why they like just take
Yeah, that
that
was
They
out.
like-
kind of
good
skirt
scene to
around
add.
death all the way. They kind of skirt around death quite a lot in the whole franchise.
Interesting. I would have liked that.
There's good old Vecna. I saw that. I thought, oh, that's Vecna, Jamie Noble.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the guy who plays Vecna from Stranger Things.
So here's
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing.
you're right.
The name I should have put here was Gellert Grindelwald, right? Because that's who that is, and they mention it. For Hermione sees the picture of him when they go to this house, and it's Jamie Campbell Bower, who I love too. He's on my bucket list to see if Counterfeit still played together. That was on my bucket list to see them. But I don't know why he didn't play Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, because he'd be the appropriate age, when those movies came out. Is it just that they wanted the big name Johnny Depp when it first came out?
Yeah, and then obviously they got rid of him for the second one, and then it was Lars Mikkelsen, right?
Yeah, he would have been better. He would have been everything.
Hell yeah, I agree. Oh, yeah.
So anyways, this old lady turns into the snake and tries to kill Harry Potter, and there's a snapshot into what Fantastic Beasts are going to come next to.
Yeah.
Which is a prequel.
Yeah, I've not seen any of those.
Yeah, I tried. I think I watched 2 of them.
I don't like the guy who plays Newt. I mean, I like him in real life whenever Eddie Redmayne, right? Mm-hmm. When I see him in interviews and stuff, I love him and I think he's super endearing, but I can't stand his character. It's like horrible.
I agree. I watched him play Stephen Hawking, fell in love with the guy. Watched him play Newt Scamander, and I was like, oh, no thanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
So then we have Luna's dad.
So that's Luna's dad. We meet him at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, he was like super charming and upbeat at that time, very quirky like Luna. And then when we see him again, he's like a shrivel of a man.
Paranoid schizo.
Yeah, so Harry, so where does he notice the symbol? Is it I'm trying to remember where he notices the symbol that he ends up going to find him.
Isn't this where Hermione starts talking about the story?
Oh, so it's in the book then, probably.
It's in the book that was given to him by Dumbledore. Right. Yeah, that was given to them. The stories of the fairy tale stories. It's in there.
Right. So if you look at the symbol, I'd probably use the bigger one. So it's basically the Elder Wand is the line down the middle.
Correct.
And then the triangle around it is the cloak.
Yep.
And then the 2 circle areas are I'm trying to remember what that was now.
No, I thought the cloak was
just
the
one
triangle.
circle.
The cloak was
I
the
thought
triangle.
The triangle was, the circle is the stone, the resurrection.
Resurrection stone. That's right. Yeah. So
and
the
this
circle
makes the master of death.
Right, and that's what the Deathly Hallow is, which I was like, oh, okay, because I had no idea.
My favorite part of that movie is the way they tell that story.
Yeah,
that whole visual representation of how they tell that story was so vibrant from what remember reading it to seeing it on screen. I just fell in love with it. I would love to have some sort of animation or some sort of story where they use that way of telling stories, because I love it.
I thought it was really, really good instead of them just having a conversation about it, because it allowed you to actually see it and it made more sense. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. That was one of the better scenes in the entire movie.
And does Zinfilius Lovegood give you a bit more backstory or a bit more understanding for Luna? Because she is pretty crazy, and you don't quite understand why when you get introduced to her. And
like you
then
said,
you meet her father and you see why.
Yeah, and it's funny because like Lily was saying, it's almost like 2 completely different characters from the beginning of the movie and the next time we see him. It's like what happened to like the because he was definitely didn't come off to be like all like depressed and just like. I don't know.
Yeah, he's also the author of the Scribbler, the newspaper that she hands out to everybody. He's the author of that. He writes the Scribbler newspaper.
Right.
Yeah, Deathly Hallows is one of my favorite key points of this movie. Love it. Love the introduction of the wand, the cloak and the stone together as a 3, and the unity and power that they bring forward.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, so then we have the Malfoy Manor. So this is toward the end. Now, the thing on the mudblood on the end on her arm. So that was done because is she a mudblood though, Hermione?
Yeah.
Yes.
She is. So she's half and half. So her
Yes.
No.
Is her
No, aren't both of her parents dentists? They're just
Yeah,
normal
both of her
people.
parents are muggles, yeah.
Yes.
She's a magical person born into non-magical parents. She's a mudblood.
So she's
How does that happen? I've never understood that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like two white people having a mixed race baby and things like that. It happens, you know?
Okay. It's magic.
So mudblood is somebody who has two muggle parents but is still magical.
It's a term of hatefulness towards anybody that isn't pure of blood.
Gotcha. And that's why they had
her. This is where my girl Bellatrix Lestrange, who I love, is torturing Hermione, but I want her to die at this point because I love Hermione more.
Mm-hmm.
But Dobby saves the day of all. And this is where if you don't like Dobby, Headless, how can you not like him now? How can you not?
I just love how they're all in the same place. Like they're just all here. Like we see what's his face? Who else is there?
Voldemort. They're all at Malfoy Manor because that's where Voldemort has set his bases.
Yeah, but they've like captured everybody. Like, I mean, who was it down there?
Luna's here too. They captured Luna and brought her there.
Ollivander was down there. Grip Hook was down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a few people down there that they caught. I think Grip Hook was because of Bellatrix's vault and stuff like that. So.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, but he does. Dobby comes and saves the day. And doesn't Dobby kill? Does Dobby kill somebody in here in this scene?
No, he disarms Larissa Malfoy, Malfoy's mother. She goes to do a magic spell and he disarms her, and then Bellatrix goes, "How dare you disarm a witch!" In this scene, I just wait for the squeaking of the chandelier. I literally listened for the chandelier squeak, and then I'm like, I'm happy, and then I'm super sad a couple of minutes later. But yeah.
And he's like, Dobby doesn't have a master. Dobby is a free elf.
Right.
Yeah. Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends. Dobby is a free elf.
And my daughter lost her mind, and she is traumatized for life that Dobby died. She knew it because friends at school told her. And she's like, I didn't believe them. I'm like, oh, well.
Now, it's crazy because you guys have been to places like this. You've seen Gringotts with your eyes and things like that. I've been to Dobby's graveside.
Oh.
On the actual beach, there is an actual plaque that says, "Here lies Dobby, a friend of Harry."
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
That might be slightly cooler.
Now, this is the next movie.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
Did I get
the start of the next movie?
This is the beginning.
Oh, did I smudge them? Scroll past this one then. How far do we go? How far do I go?
It ends here.
It ends here. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
that's what we just saw though is my favorite scene of the next one. And this is how the next one starts too.
Well, let's talk about how Dobby dies. So Hermione is using her spell again, right, to get them away. Isn't that how
Grip Hook.
Oh, okay. So he's using it, and
Grip Hook is a elf, and he can use magic anywhere. They're super powerful. That's why they don't have wands.
Right, and we see Bellatrix. She throws the dagger, and it just happens to get sucked into the portal. And they make you think everyone's okay, and you see poor Dobby with the blade. Actually, you actually don't see Dobby with the blade again. You see it on the ground afterwards. You don't even get to see it in him because
I didn't want to see that. I already knew he was dying.
Because it's rated G. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's not G. It's not G.
Well, whatever. They make it look like G. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously sad. But again, I already knew it was happening, so it's not like, and I don't, if I would have saw it for the first time, maybe I would have felt a little bit more. I mean, it's fine, it's sad, but like I'm moving on. Like, again, we we haven't even seen this character since like the second or third movie. Like it's just
But
and I know you guys are
yeah,
telling me he's in the book a lot more, but it's weird that they
yes,
like,
totally. And there's a whole thing. Remember, Milky said that there's this whole save the house elves thing that Hermione and a whole bunch of other Hogwarts kids do that should have been part of the movies. Like how they left that out is ridiculous because it's such a big thing. And then you would have empathy for Dobby.
Yeah, I mean it's just weird because like I feel like Creature it has probably almost the same amount of screen time, and at least Creature's in more than one movie up to this point. But I don't know. It's strange.
It's a Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare. We
have a Dobby doll, and he talks.
Ooh.
Awesome! That's better than any Baby Yoda thing that you could ever buy.
Nah, let's not get crazy. And we did skip when they're going back and forth to the forest and all that kind of stuff. We did miss them going to that grave site, and that was
yeah, it's right before they get to 12 Grimmauld Place, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. My gosh, it wasn't Harry's. Wait, who was it? Who was on the gravestone?
It was. He was at his parents' gravestone.
Right? Okay,
so he was mourning that, but Hermione also saw somebody else's grave that she inquired about. Who did she ask, Milky? Do you remember who she asked who that person was?
No.
I feel like it's not that important. Like it was.
No,
I don't.
Yeah, there was a lot of bouncing back and forth, which was a little bit strange. I mean, and then I like why, for what reason were they bouncing back? Like, why did they go over there? I don't even remember why. So it must not have been too important. Like
well,
I'm trying to remember.
To Godric's Hollow. Why did he go to Godric's Hollow?
Yeah. Like, why did they go there and saw the gravestone and all that? Like, what was the point of going there?
I thought he went to go speak to Bathilda Bagshot.
Oh, that's what you're right.
Who ended up being the snake?
Yeah. Now there
was. I think he was looking for the Horcrux because he was like, if it's probably there because Voldemort is going to put it in somewhere that's meaningful, so he would probably put it there. And Hermione was like, "No, that's way too dangerous. He'll be there. Like he'll know that you'll go there." And then he ended up seeing her, and he was like, "Wait, I know who that is."
Mm-hmm.
I thought they already had it though at that point.
No, remember there was a note inside that this isn't the real one. This is a fake one. My name is R.A.B. I have got the real one.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they go to 12 Grimmauld Place.
Yeah,
and they get the real one.
So the one around Umbridge was not the real one.
That was the fake one, right? But wait, if it was the fake one, why was it having an effect on Ron?
No, you have a good point. They do already have it.
That's why I'm trying to. Wasn't Beth
maybe he was looking for the next one. Somebody in the chat, has anybody watched this movie or read this book? Because you've got three people.
Now I don't remember
who watched it and don't know. Because there is a lot of jumping around in this movie, and because they keep disapparating back and forth, it's confusing.
Wasn't Bathilda?
Bathilda Bagshot.
Weren't they trying to find like the wife or something of like Dumbledore's brother or something? I thought
that woman knew Dumbledore, and so that's why he goes, I think I know her because she knew Dumbledore, and she can answer questions for me.
Yeah, see, this is.
Wasn't this end scene amazing though?
Yeah. Oh, the end was awesome. He opens up the grave and I
literally remember sitting in the movie theater when that scene happened, and it was like, and that was so cool. But then you're like, oh my god, I gotta wait for the next one.
Yeah. I can't remember now why they went to see her to begin with. Again, this is. I'm glad this is the only time I did this because if I would have done this,
told you they weren't going to see her. They were going to Grimmauld Place because he thought a Horcrux would be there, and they had to find all the Horcruxes because if they find all the Horcruxes, it will weaken Voldemort enough. So they go there. They just happen to see her walking down the street, or she's in the house when they go in there, and he's like, "I know her. I know who that is."
Harry said that.
Yeah. But then she was actually possessed by Nagini,
she had the sword of
who tries to
Gryffindor.
eat him.
In the book, she hit the sword?
No, it says here that Harry and Hermione both visited Godric's Hollow in 1997 to find Bathilda Bagshot. They had hoped that Bathilda had had the sword of Gryffindor, which they needed to destroy Lord Voldemort's Horcrux. So they were searching for the sword when they went to there, apparently.
Why would she be in that house?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Now I
More
feel like I wanna watch
questions
this
to
again.
Google.
Continuity issues, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. I think there's a lot of continuity issues.
Yeah. But all right, well, and that takes us to the end of the movie, and then so tomorrow we'll break down the final film, Deathly Hallows 2. And let me go ahead and I'll bring up our rankings. So this is where everything sits as of right now.
And he stole the Elder Wand from Dumbledore when he went and robbed his grave, because he thinks the Elder Wand is the all-powerful, and if he has the Elder Wand, he can kill Harry Potter.
Right.
And he's like, ah.
Yes, and then he does his best Palpatine and makes the lightning come out of it. And
so it's the He-Man I have the power scene.
Yes,
what's a Palpatine? Is that a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, he just returns. He keeps returning. Just wait, you'll find out in about 5 years he'll be back.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, we don't know how. Actually, we do know how.
The Emperor is dead.
Dark science. Cloning. Secrets only the Sith knew.
I mean, dark science.
Was that Lost?
No, it's not as good as Lost.
So Voldemort was a Sith.
That looked like Lost
all.
to me. Yeah. That guy was in Lost. It was Lost.
He was in Lost. You're right. All right. So, who wants to go first? Here, Ryan, why don't you go first? Because you
I'll go first.
You kind of already teased us. Your score is not going to be wonderful on this.
No, it's my lowest. 5 out of 10.
Oh,
this is your lowest. Oh,
yeah.
5.
I really don't.
Did you say 5?
5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10.
Wow.
I really don't like that they depict Ron to be a really moody teenage boy in this movie when that's just not the case at all. They push Harry and Hermione together. I, to this day, have seen this franchise multiple times and will always fast forward the semi-naked scene that they try to push on us for Harry and Hermione. I also hate that Dobby dies. I also hate that Dobby dies. The continuity issues that we've already spoke about. We have a very good slideshow from Lily, and we still kind of struggle to go through the story and understand it because of the way that they tell it to us. Some of my favorite scenes for this are when they're in London and they almost get run over by that bus. Love that scene. They disapparate straight into London. But yeah, it's my least favorite movie on this list.
Okay.
And I don't like it. Yeah, it's not my favorite. And I'm surprised because this was your least favorite, Headless, and you flipped it around.
It was. It's the second watch was definitely better. So
I love all of Harry Potter combined. I can't not watch it if I'm watching Harry Potter. Just because I'm giving it a 5, it doesn't mean that I don't like the movie. People have got to understand I love the movies, but for ranking purposes, I want it so that they stand out clear and easy on the list. So yeah, it's 5 because it's lower than 6.
Okay. All right, Lily, what do you got? What do you got?
And I don't put dragons on my list, so I'm not going to disappoint people.
This one's hard for me because I liked it more before we started talking about it, and then I realized all the continuity issues more so, and then it made me have more questions, and I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense. At first I liked it because it has so much story in it, and there's plot, but they keep messing up the plot, I think, and then and now I'm confused, and I don't like that. So I'm looking back at my other scores, and my lower ones are Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, a lot because they were made so long ago, you know what I mean? And so they're kind of wonky looking. So I think I'm going to have to give this one a 7.
So you want it before or after Chamber?
After.
So
do I have to give it a 6.5 or should I just keep it a 7? I feel like it's
so
better
whatever
movie.
You want to score it.
Okay, I'm giving it a 7, but it's below it.
Okay, so you want below. Okay. So you agree with
because it's better movie quality and there's cool things in it and there's things I like better. but I'm really annoyed right now by all the continuity issues.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we broke the tie, didn't we, last week? We're not the same now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys both this high, but that's very. I mean, you guys both have it as your least favorite of the movies. It's interesting because, like I said, on IMDb, I checked it and I gave it a 3. You know, and I mean, granted, I gave other movies a 5 that now are an 8. You know.
Yeah.
So for this movie, I like the beginning. I love when they go to the Ministry of Magic because I understood all that now. Whereas the first time I'm watching that, I didn't even know what was happening. And I like the hopping around part is still a little irritating for me. I think that's probably the worst part of the movie is how they're so much in those woods and they pop back and forth. And you know, I guess talking to you guys makes me understand a little bit of what they're trying to do. And I mean, if that's why they're in that lady's house or whatever, and they're trying to find the sword of Gryffindor because they for some reason thought it was there. Okay, fine. But I just don't like how they have like speed travel, like all of a sudden, you know. But again, if that's what she can do, that's what she can do.
Well, yeah, she's always been able to disapparate.
But a lot of adults do it. A lot of the adults do it. You know, Dumbledore does it, and a lot of them do it.
Well, I see. I know. What's his face can do it. Snape, because he does that a lot.
You saw Dumbledore do it with Harry when he took him to the edge in the last movie, just before he left the castle grounds.
Yeah. Okay.
And disappeared. Gets murdered. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little torn on this one. I thought I knew where I was going. Now I'm kind of changing my score. Originally I was gonna put this as my second favorite movie. I was gonna put it as an 8.5 and put it there, but now I'm dropping it just a little. So I think what I'm gonna do is to see. So for me, the Goblet of Fire is a good movie, but I don't think it's a good Harry Potter movie. Because you wait to the end to see Voldemort, and I just there's no payoff for me. So for me, I'm gonna put this one actually at number 3. Actually, let me do this one. But
that's so funny how much you disliked it the first time.
I did, and I found myself actually watching it and enjoying it, and it made me want to watch the next movie then, which is why I watched them back to back. Because I was not planning on doing that. I was gonna watch it today instead. Or even like do what I did last week and just run home from work and watch it, you know, before the live tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I do like it, and maybe is because it does look better. I don't know. I do like the story, and I like learning about the Horcruxes more. And I know we learn even more about that in the next one. But I mean, maybe partly it's because I've been talking to you guys, and you guys have kind of been explaining those to me a little bit better. So I've kind of been waiting for them to come up. But yeah, I think it's yeah. I mean, I like it better than the Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire. There's something with that movie I just don't. Again, it's a good movie. I just don't think it's a good Harry Potter movie.
There's a cheese factor to it, right?
It is, and it's just like it just seems like it's just so much different than everything else. And then all of a sudden we have this big thing at the end to make it a Harry Potter movie, where most of the entire movie does not. To me, it's just, you know.
Yeah, and I guess it's super different.
It is, and part of me, like, I don't even know. Like, if I rewatched it, I wonder if my score would drop. But
I don't think so, because when I rewatched it, I liked it more.
Yeah.
Especially when I was watching them in order, and I was watching them kind of quick, like back to back from each other. I've watched like 20 hours of Harry Potter now in like the last couple of weeks, and I think I might be losing it a little. But that one still stands out of like it doesn't match with all the rest of them as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. You know, in Chamber of Secrets,
it makes me want to change my rating on that one.
Yeah. You know, in Chamber of Secrets, I just don't find it a very good movie. I just think it's boring. There's nothing in that movie.
Yeah, I don't. I like that one because I think you learn a lot about Tom Riddle, and I like that.
Yeah, but again, it's only the end is good. The rest of the movie, I'm like just sitting there. I'm like, you know, is that, I don't know. I can't remember. Which one is that the one with Dobby, or is the next one with Dobby? Which one does Dobby come in and do all the magic to
I
get
think
her in
didn't
trouble?
Dobby come in Prisoner of Azkaban because he belonged to Lucius, didn't he? Lucius.
Lucius, yeah. I don't know, but
I don't know.
think
They
it's
all run
Prisoner.
together now.
all right. So right now, going to tomorrow, I have Half-Blood, Order, and Deathly Hallows for my top 3. Lily has Order of the Phoenix, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Half-Blood is her top 3. Milky is similar to me, except for that third one. He's got Azkaban because he does not like Deathly Hallows 1. So it'll be interesting to see where we guys rank. I mean, the next movie is good. Just, I'll be interested to see if we all don't have it at the top by the end of tomorrow, because I think, anyone
We'll be
who's-
surprised because
Okay.
I have some issues with the last
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
And it
I
has
think
a lot
Lily's
to do
top
with
3
book
is set.
continuity.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think Lily's top
Interesting.
3 is set, and it's not moving anywhere. So
Yeah. It's interesting because I think the movie's so good. I mean, just the whole movie's good. Like, there's not one part of that movie.
Payoff.
It is, and like I'm watching that movie yesterday. I'm like, I just didn't find myself on my phone one time. Like I know how many times. Like if I go on my phone, I'm like, I know I'm bored. Like even in this movie, in one, a couple of times, like when they're forced, I'm like, oh my god. And I think and then I had to rewind it because I'm like, why are they in the forest again? Like,
So
and I
we'll see
get
if we
trying
can
to
lower your
hide and all
score
that
with-
kind of stuff. But
we'll see if we can lower your score with things that they added just for the movie effect that were nothing to do with the book. And you'll be like, oh, that's my favorite bit of the movie. Yeah, it probably wasn't part of the book.
Exactly.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of people love that movie. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, Poppin gave it a 5. If anybody else wants to throw their score up before we get out of here, we can take a look at it. If not, we will be back tomorrow night with Ryan and Lily on Ryan's channel, breaking down the last one.
We did it, guys.
We did it, yes. Next weekend, I will not be live on Sunday because I will be at ICCC. So I'll be probably going live at least once, probably Saturday, and I might even go again live on Sunday at some point during the con. So if you have your notifications turned on, you can check that out and come say hey. Really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you did not get to see the little trailer I played for ICCC, the podcast room, which will all be located. If you rewind this at the beginning of the stream after all the intro stuff, you'll see it pop up. All right, guys. So, so then next Monday, I don't know, Ryan, do you plan on doing anything next Monday for live?
I'll probably do a wrestling talk. Maybe.
Okay,
Because I know the week after we have the Kahoot coming.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So 2 weeks from tonight, after we review all, the last movie tomorrow, we'll be doing the Kahoot. The winner will get we'll get something. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to find something Harry Potter, but I don't really have anything Harry Potter that I want to do a giveaway with. So I'll figure out something though. Now, Lily, maybe we can make him a wand. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I
We've
could.
been-
Awesome work today, Lily. Your dresser that you made looks amazing. Your draw,
Thank
looks
you.
brilliant. Well done.
Oh yeah. If you
Thank
haven't
you.
seen it,
I hand painted all those letters, and that was hard.
Yeah, it looks really good. So if people haven't checked it out, check out Lily on Instagram. She shared a picture of a dresser that she's had in the family for a long time, and she gave it back. She gave it new life, and she brought it back to life with some Harry Potter love, and it's really, really cool.
I'm trying to see if I can pull it up right now.
No.
I don't know if it's on.
Crash Test says, "Boo! No Headless live on Sunday. Whatever will I do?"
Appreciate that, brother. But I'll during the day I'll be on at some point probably. And I know I will be in. I don't even know if I've said this on my live yet, but I will be interviewing Steve Constantino, who was a Gamorrean guard in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. So he has agreed to come on probably Saturday. I don't know if that will be live. I have to talk to Mr. Orman there over in the podcast room and see if I can get it to my stream to my channel as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I think that's gonna be a really, really good conversation. Here is that picture of Lily's Hogwarts library. So she got all her books there, some figures. Just
You haven't shared it.
Got the head on top. Just missing maybe a couple cool Funko Pops or something.
You haven't shared it, dude.
Oh dear.
I have not shared it.
No.
Oh, it's right there. Bro, you could have clicked it.
I didn't know what you. I thought you were planning something.
No, right there. There it is. There it is. So
Looks amazing, really does.
it came out really good.
Thank you.
Love the sorting hat on the
Yeah,
top as well.
it used to be all brown stained wood, and it had on those doors down there were like elephants and things like that. I sanded it. I hand painted everything on there and put all my Harry Potter stuff, all my little peoples, all my books, everything. And those candles light up. They're little LED candles
Now, are you
with the
keeping
sorting
it-
hat on top.
Are you keeping this at your house, or are you bringing this to school?
I'm keeping it. I was going to bring it to school, and then I fell too much in love with it, and now it
Yeah.
has to stay at my house.
Love it.
I'll talk to your husband about that. I'll get you kicked out
Oh, he'll be glad to get rid of it, but no.
but yeah, it came out good. So,
Thank
all
you.
right. So Monday, tomorrow, we will be on Ryan's channel. No live next Sunday at the regular time, but I'll be live at some point. And then, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be doing the Kahoot. So make sure you study up. And we're not sure how many questions. I think we had talked about maybe doing
70.
So we're doing 70. 70? So we're doing 10. No.
Yeah, 70, 10 per movie, and then 10. Yeah, because I was counting Deathly Hallows as one. I was
That'd be
counting
80,
part 1
yeah.
and part 2 as one movie.
So if we do 8 times 8 is 64. That's a lot of movie. That's a lot of questions. And I want to play, so you got to make it.
I am making it. I've already
All
done
right.
like 30 questions.
Okay. All right. Because I'm gonna win my own giveaway.
And I want people to pay attention to the scores because I will be asking you. There will be a question in there
Ooh.
of what people's score was for, like, what did Headless score the Philosopher's Stone, and then it'll be like 7, 3, 4, and 2, and you've got to pick.
That's not good. I don't even know my own.
So pay attention. Pay attention to your scores and everybody. We're showing you them for a reason, and we keep them on the screen
Okay.
for a long time for you.
Click.
Click, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much again for joining me. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with Ryan. All right. We're out of here, guys. Keep those heads on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Mischief.
Hello there.
I am the king.
Dracarys.
AK. Why we're coming back. You guys squad.
Subscribe to Headless Net Stock.